Week 2, how you looking out there?
What happened to you?
I tore my, it was a classic hold my beer moment. My daughter was doing a long jump and I said, let me show you how you do that.
Never demonstrate once you're over 30.
I learned my lesson.
Yeah. Okay, week 2, it was good. Sometimes coming off a day off, which they had yesterday on Sunday, you're a little sluggish, but that wasn't the case today. They got the work done. Defense definitely got the better of the practice as far as offense versus defense. Offense is still a work in progress. It's pretty good defense we got out there. It'll be a test for our offense every single day they come out, and so that's a good thing. And just got to fight through it. No one's gonna give them anything. They gotta play their way into becoming a good offense, which we believe they will.
The last time you had a senior quarterback in Andy Ludwig, it was a pretty special season. Not saying you're going to win the Sugar Bowl this year, but it's got to be a nice thing to have.
That is. It's a luxury, and Tyler and Andy seem to click very well, and it's been a good start, with spring ball in the first couple weeks through spring camp, or first week or fall camp, and so it seems like they've got some chemistry, and Tyler really fits what Andy's doing, and it's by design. Andy, you assess the skill set and you tailor the offense to fit the QB, which I think Andy's done a nice job.
You've had some great defensive lines over the years. What makes this one so special and has the potential to be maybe one of the best?
Well, I would say 2 things: talent, just raw talent, and then depth. We have probably 9 or 10 guys that will be ready to play and contribute and not have much drop off, and so that's a luxury. And then having those 3 seniors who are all 3 so talented. Between John Penasini, who I think is as good as any of them. He's underrated. He flies under the radar a little bit. And Lucky and Bradley are certainly terrific players, but I think John's right there with him.
Those guys, at least 2 of them, could have gone to the NFL. What does it say about them wanting to come back and finish what they started?
It says a lot, and I think they all 3 made the right decision, especially Lucky and Bradley. Those are the higher profile guys after last year. And there's more to it than just football. There's educational piece to it, and I think where they were projected to get drafted last year and where they can potentially get to this year with another good year, I think it was a calculated risk that was the right one.
Any standouts from today's practice?
Standouts today, Francis Bernard. He's all over the place. He plays hard and he's smart and tough, and he's right in the same mold as Chase and Cody, same exact type of a player. Devin Lloyd continues to get better at playing opposite of Francis. Bradley and I's disruptor, Lucky Fotu, the usual guys that you would suspect. Or Jalen Johnson had a good day, so a lot of good things.
How do you keep the offense not frustrated when they're going against the defense?
That's a good point. We talked about that right after practice today. They're going to take your lumps. The key is you can't let things spiral on you. When things start going a little bit sideways on you, you got to regroup, keep your poise, keep your discipline, and just keep forging ahead. And eventually good things will happen.
With Bowen out, you added a kid late like Carlson. How important was that?
It's proven to be of huge importance. We took him thinking that it would probably help for depth, and now it's if we didn't have him, we'd be really behind the 8 ball. So yeah, that's.
He committed in May. What was the story there?
Well, he was a late qualifier, and also he played a different position, for a lot of his JC career, defensive end, and a little bit undersized for a DN, so didn't get heavily recruited there. And so we projected him as a linebacker, and the coaches there were very high on him and thought he could make that transition. And we saw enough on tape that we thought we could. Get him to do what we need him to do at the linebacker spot.
Ventura is one of the better programs down there. How important is it that they come from winning programs?
Well, it helps. A kid that's coming from a winning program, has had a taste of it and knows what it's all about. It's not a requisite for us. I mean, if you had your druthers, you'd rather have your guys come from winning programs. But we've taken plenty of guys from programs that haven't done so well that have really done well here.
Have you had any players change positions?
So far this camp? No. Not yet. Well, Aaron Lowe is getting double duty at safety and nickel. Now he's being experimented with a nickel, but nobody from offense to defense or completely different position.
The acclimation period is over now, so what does that mean as far as going forward, being in full path?
Well, we're in full gear today, which on the 5th practice, that's when they let you do that. And going forward, we'll probably be in full gear probably 50% of the time, and uppers another 30 or 40% of the time, and then just helmets the rest of the time. You just got to gauge it, see, how beat up your team is. You got to have a feel for it. And we have it all mapped out, but sometimes you deviate from the plan just depending on your health and what's going on.
Any particular reason to be in the stadium Wednesday?
Just because we, typically in years past, we used to spend a lot of time practicing the stadium. Now when we got this new turf, we don't need to be there at all, but we need to get the new guys that haven't been in there the feel of it. We don't want the first game to be the first time they've been in the stadium. So we'll get in there a couple times this week, a couple times next week, and then probably call it good.
So there'll no added significance to the actual
No,
practice?
nope, nothing. Just to get the experience of being in the stadium.
What are some of the attributes that make Aaron Lowe an option at those two positions?
He's got great speed. He's got great burst, acceleration. He's only 180 plus pounds right now, which is not safety size yet. And so we're going to give him a look at nickel. He's got fluid hips, and we're not positive he can play there, but we need to take a look and see if he can play there.
Who's really starting to assert themselves for the two open starting jobs on the offensive line?
I would say Kyle Lanterman, Braden Daniels, Paul Tawala, Johnny Maia. Those are probably the top 4 contenders right now for those other 2 spots. Now, if Bam gets here, which we hope he gets here later this week, then that would allow us, if he's one of our best 5, to bump Nick Ford back inside and play Bam and Derek Paulo at tackle. So there's still a lot of different ways it could go, but right now, not enough body of work to make thorough evaluations, and the uncertainty of what Bam's situation is kind of puts that in flux a little bit.
Are you still looking at guys in the transfer portal this late?
What's that?
Guys in the transfer portal this late in the
No,
process?
we're pretty much done with that. Yeah, we're pretty much done with that.
You've talked a lot about these young guys on the running back. I mean, do you foresee any of them getting playing time beyond maybe like the 4-game redshirt rule?
Time will tell. Time will tell. We'll see. The health of the position has a lot to do with that. But ideally, if Jordan will, I'll be there in a second. Quiet. If Zach, DHC, and Brump, if all the guys stay healthy, then yeah, probably the 4 games and look at a redshirt possibility. If we get some guys dinged up, then the objective and the main criteria is we got to win games. Anybody that can help us win games, we're going to use.
Is Jordan the expected guy that would probably lead that group?
If you had to make that decision right now today, yeah, but there's a lot of football to be played before we have to make that decision.
What makes him so effective there?
He's a natural runner. He's just got great instincts. If you watch his high school tape, over 6,000 yards. I don't care who you are, what level you play. If you're rushing for 6,000 yards, that's an accomplishment. He was in a good league down there, and so he's got physicality to him. He's 205 pounds on about a 5'9" frame. He runs between the tackles well. He's got speed to get outside. He's a lot like Zach Moss. Bottom line is he's very similar running to Zach. Okay, guys. Thank you. Have a good week.